One of the things I liked the most about Endgame was how the movie used Hawkeye. In several other Marvel movies, it seemed like they struggled to find something to do with Hawkeye, but in this one, he's right at the beginning and he sets the tone for the first act of the movie. His family disappears and you get a sense of what he's been going through during the 5 years after half the world disappeared. There's very little action in this part of the movie. It's mostly character-related stuff. It's probably my favorite part. I feel like you get to know the characters in this a bit better than you do in any other Marvel movie. I could have watched a whole movie of just that. You don't really see Captain Marvel get introduced to the rest of the Avengers. She just shows up at the Avengers headquarters during the post-credits scene of her own movie, so in Endgame, everyone just seems to already know her. I like that she saved Tony Stark and stuff, but I think a lot of what she did could have been done by Thor, which I think is why they had Thor dealing with the psychological effects of having lost to Thanos. They needed a reason why he couldn't, or was at least less able to do stuff, so they could give that stuff to Captain Marvel. I would have preferred that they had been like, we essentially have two Thors now. That would have been cooler. Also, I would have liked to see her fight Thanos a little longer. She seemed to just disappear after Thanos punched her with the Power Stone. A lot of folks didn't like the fact that Thor got fat. I didn't mind the fact that he got fat per se. I didn't care for the fact that they made a joke of it. That was a bit mean. I do like that he's still funny though. The producers figured out that he works as a funny character when he did Ragnarok and have decided to run with that. I also like that Taika Waititi was in this. It wasn't clear in Infinity War whether Korg survived, so it was nice to see that he did. I love that Valkyrie is back as well. I think she's great. I also like that they look like they're setting her up to be the new Thor. I like that they got around to Hulk being smart now like he is in some of the comics. I just wish they had shown exactly how Banner did that. From what I've seen on Twitter, Smart Hulk is quite popular with the ladies. There are lots of thirst posts about him. The second act, which functioned essentially like a heist movie, was fun. The best bits were with Captain America and with Hawkeye and Black Widow. Captain America saying "Hail Hydra" and the Hydra guys just letting him have the scepter was hilarious. This was both clever and, I suspect, a cute nod to the comic in which Captain America actually joins Hydra. I like when they lose the Tesseract and have to go back to the 70s to get it from a secret military base and also steal Pym particles from CG-faced Michael Douglas. Those Pym particles then let them to do even more time travel. I thought the part in which Hawkeye and Black Widow have to get the stone from Red Skull like Thanos did was really well done. It really wasn't clear who was going to end up sacrificing themselves. Both of them have been criticized as being disposable characters who don't really do very much because they don't really have any superpowers, which made it extra unpredictable, because they can easily kill off either of them. I was kind of hoping it would be Hawkeye though, because with the exception of this movie, Hawkeye has been the most boring. Black Widow at least had that great scene in which he tricked Loki into revealing his plan in the first Avengers movie. Also, Hawkeye went around the world murdering gang members. Maybe this was intended to parallel Black Widow's self-hatred about being raised to be an assassin. Since Captain America had to take the Soul Stone back at the end, I wonder if he was like, okay, we're done with this now, can I have my friend back? I doubt that would have worked though. They used Tilda Swinton really well. She wasn't just there like Natalie Portman was. It's not clear to me whether there is even any new footage of Natalie Portman or if they just reused bits of stuff that's in Dark World. Tilda Swinton shoved what I guess was Bruce Banner's soul out of his Hulk body, and although the Hulk was shirtless, Banner's soul was wearing this plaid shirt. Maybe that's overthinking things, but I thought that was kind of funny. The last act with the battle scene could easily have been half an hour longer without feeling excessive. I would have enjoyed seeing all of the resurrected characters get more dialogue and more to do. I really hope that Shuri especially would get more to do. She doesn't really have any dialogue in this one. She was my favorite character in Black Panther and I wanted to see more of her in this movie. I also guess I expected that maybe they'd be able to bring Vision back somehow, but I guess they can't because they have to take the Mind Stone back and put it back in the scepter. I love that near the end, Iron Man looks at Doctor Strange and Doctor Strange puts one finger up to remind him that there's only one way they win. I'm sure that this was alluding to the fact that Tony had to get the stones and use them himself to get rid of Thanos and his army, despite the fact that the radiation would kill him. So now we don't have Iron Man in the MCU. Captain America decided to stay in the past, so he's all old now, and I guess Falcon is Captain America now. I guess he didn't trust Bucky to take that job. He's another guy who could have had a few more lines. He's just sort of standing there in most of the scenes that he's in. Another thing I would have liked to have seen is Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, or Punisher. Jessica Jones and Luke Cage may have been especially useful. I guess they had enough trouble getting all of the movie characters in, so shoehorning in the Netflix characters would have been a bit much. There was some talk about there being a gay character in this one, and there is, but everyone was hoping it would be Valkyrie, and it wasn't Valkyrie. I was hoping it would be Valkyrie. Instead, it's just some random guy in a support group with Captain America in a scene that can easily be cut out if the censors in China complain. I guess it's better than nothing.